You don't make up for your sins in the church. You do it in the streets. You do it at home. The rest is bullshit, and you know it.
Okay, come on. Okay, come on. Yeah.
Hey, ain't no life jacket when you swimming in the deep end. I don't like to keep no friends around me, they like to preach it. I like to keep this cold heart, cause it been feeling like the season. I wake up chasing the bag, I ain't gotta think of a reason. My niggas up, them niggas mad, I tell them fuck them, we eatin'. Tell them bring the steak and lobster when we sit for this meeting. Bitch, I'm the down, hit shit on time, you better watch where you seein'. Organized crime, hit your mind, that can't stop you from bleeding. I'm with the mob, you with the cops, and they can't stop you from speaking. I get a bag in my thoughts, and you can't stop me from thinking. Pull up black truck order for me, I swear my mind, you a demon. Can't push you above that money, hit that road, I swear I've been fiending. I need them hundreds, swear that's all I've been seeing. I miss my brothers.
What up, Doe? This your boy, DJ Red Pill, live from Detroit with another episode of Whatupdoe Sports. We're going to talk about a subject that really I wholeheartedly believe. I mean, the Pistons were down 3-1 to the Orlando Magic. We came back in historic fashion with absolute dominance. I mean, the last 3 games, think about this. We won 3 games in a row, 2 at home, 1 on the road. The 1 on the road, we were down by 22 to 24 points, and we came storming back, held the Magic to, it's got to be a record, 19 points in the second half. Just absolute dominance defensively. That's the calling card of Detroit Pistons teams throughout the history of the NBA. Suffocating defense. Bad boy Pistons, going to work Pistons. That's what we do, right? Ben Wallace. I mean, Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, the Worm. He was the Worm back then, okay? Joe Dumars, first team all defense. That's what the Pistons are known for. Rasheed Wallace. Him and Ben just playing volleyball with those layups coming down the lane in the early 2000s. That's what the Pistons known for. Now we got Asar Thompson. I mean, second best defender in the league behind Wemby. You know, if Wembyana didn't exist, I mean, you got an 8-foot mutant out there just swatting everything. If you didn't have Wemby, Asar Thompson would be the best defender, hands down, by far in the NBA. Now he's by far the second best defender. Okay? Look at the numbers. Don't argue with me. Look at the stats. Look at the Pistons. Look at the Pistons' defensive efficiency when he's on the floor, and look at the defensive efficiency when he's off the floor. There's no debate. Now, I bring all that to bring this up. The Pistons, I believe, the Detroit Pistons should be the favorite to win the East. The favorite, which somehow they're not. Somehow the pathetic New York Knicks are being picked to win the East, or they have better betting odds. I know it's New York. Their fans are delusional. They'll run up the Vegas tallies. We know it. However, common sense, real people with brains know that the Detroit Pistons should be the favorite to win the East, and we have the toughest path. Orlando is not an 8th seed. I don't care what they say about Orlando. Orlando is the only other team besides the Pistons that plays the type of suffocating defense that can shut down a team during the playoffs. Orlando was without 3 of their main starters, their main contributors in their rotation for much of the year. And then during the playoffs, they lost Franz Wagner. So we skated by them, but that was not a normal 8 seed. Orlando should have been a 3 or 4 seed, honestly, if they were healthy all year. And also, let's look at the fact that they're not the best coach team per se. I think their coach did a good job, but I believe there is some dissension in the locker room with the coach. 5 years being the same voice, the results wasn't there. You know, things happen, right? The fan base they want to change. He had a lot of pressure on him. However, I would say that the Orlando Magic should have been a top 4 seed in the NBA this year, and they fell to 8th. So that's a tough matchup when they get healthy and they get a little, get a little run going, get the confidence back, got the defense rotations down. That made it a tough series for the first week series. Pistons still won. We blew a game. You come in a little rusty after sitting out, and this team is playing a play-in. They catch you on that game one. We was behind since then. You can't blow game one in a series like that. You give confidence to the other team. However, being that we blew the game one, it put us in a position where if we didn't win in Orlando, you're 3-1 hole. And that's what happened. But once the Pistons got their footing, the defense stepped up, the sense of urgency stepped up. Cade hit that. I believe it was necessary for Cade to hit the superstar level that he needed to hit. He needed that challenge. And I believe that challenge, this is why I believe the Pistons are not only going to win the East, but has a great chance to win the NBA championship, is because this series against Orlando, against that suffocating defense that kind of mirrored what we do, is going to prepare the Pistons to play all these non-defensive teams, such as the Cleveland Cavaliers, no defense, soft, absolute soft big men. Jared Allen, soft. He could score. He could get some stats, but we could snatch the hearts of these soft big men against the Cavaliers. Okay. We can add ball pressure to either James Harden or uh Donovan Mitchell with Ausar Thompson. Hopefully Ron Harlan gets some playing time. During this series. I know he kind of fell out of rotation due to offensive the necessity for additional offense because of how dominant Orlando's defense could be in stretches. We needed people who could score. However, his energy and defense would be more necessary in this series because Cleveland doesn't defend like that. I believe the Pistons are going to get lots of fast breaks points. Not lots of or an abundance of, but they're going to get a lot more than that was allowed in the Orlando series. Orlando shut down everything. They shut down transition. I mean, good Lord. I mean, we couldn't get a breakout dunk. If you do get a chance to almost dunk, they're gonna knock you out the air. It's gonna be a flagrant foul. They was just totally physical. So I don't see that with Cleveland. I see them stepping their defense up to playoff level defense. However, they're not a dominant defensive team, especially no team with James Harden is going to be that, or Donovan Mitchell. Neither one of them play defense. They just want to score. So I see if we could dominate the paint, get some steals, get some turnovers, we're going to get out and run this series. So we're going to be able to score a little easier than what was allowed in the last series. And then if we have to maintain that same dominant defense that we showed or that we displayed in the last 3 games. If the Pistons do that, they can win this in 6. Worst case, it might go 7. But it's at the LCA. And we know what James Harden and Donovan Mitchell do in a game 7. Nothing. So I see Detroit basketball getting through this series, setting up what the NBA wants, what all the fans want. New York Knicks versus Pistons rematch for the East. I mean, look at the track record of what we did to the Knicks this year. And with this extra, the Knicks fans like to talk about experience. Y'all don't have experience. You don't have experience in the playoffs. You don't have experience of making the finals either. So when the Pistons get to the Eastern Conference Finals, going through this gauntlet of Cleveland with James Harden, mind you, they didn't have him all year. Orlando, a top 4 team that fell. When we get to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks, a team we hate and is highly motivated to avenge last year's loss to them, we're going to be well positioned and prepared to take the Knicks out in 5 or 6 games. I wouldn't be surprised if they swept them, but I doubt that's not realistic. I believe the Knicks may get one game on a lucky play or something, but I could see 5 to 6 the Knicks going home with their, coaches fired, players traded, James Dolan, demolishes the fucking Madison Square Garden. I could see total chaos if the Pistons sweep them or beat them in 5 or 6. If this is a dominant, I say a gentleman's sweep 5 games. If the Pistons come through there, play the Knicks in that Swiss cheese defense, soft Karl Anthony Towns, flopping Jalen Brunson. If Jalen Brunson will get flops, he's not gonna perform well. Okay. If the Pistons come through and wipe that team out in a gentleman's sweep, I can see everything in New York concerning basketball being blown to smithereens by James Dolan. That's what I see, unfortunately. So sorry, Knicks fans. Now, once we win the East, the games begin. I believe the Pistons match up well with OKC. I believe the Spurs match up well with the Pistons and OKC. However, this is where experience comes in. OKC has actual experience making the finals and winning the championship. I can see OKC beating the Spurs in a grueling 7-game series, 6 or 7-game series, and then them being completely and utterly spent after going through that. And the Pistons come in after playing the Knicks, cupcake Knicks, and boom. I see the upset happening. I see the Pistons. I just believe the Pistons, with this experience of going through the gauntlet of the East is a much more physical conference. I believe OKC would have lost last year if Halliburton didn't hurt his Achilles. So if that's the case, I believe the Pistons can take OKC out in a 6 or 7-game series. I believe the Spurs did well against us in the regular season. However, in the playoffs, I believe we have a greater chance. That would be the toughest matchup. It would be very hard to beat the Spurs because of Wemby, but we can get physical. I've seen Wemby in a game here or there beat the Pistons or cause problems for the Pistons, which he will because he's 8 feet tall. However, in a grueling 6-7 game series, can he stand up to the physical pounding that he's going to get from the Pistons? You see what happened in Orlando, game 5, 6, 7. Those guys look spent. Their legs were gone because the Pistons just grind on you. It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. Eventually, you break down. And then, hey, victory's there. So I'm laying out the reasons. I believe the Pistons have a great shot at winning the championship. I really believe they should be, one of the favorites to win the championship because of defense. Defense wins championships. Everybody knows this. Defense wins championships. OKC won the championship last year because they got defense. The Bad Boy Pistons won 2 back-to-back championships because they had defense. The going to work Pistons went to 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals, including a finals appearance and a championship, because they have defense. Defense wins championships. The 96 Bulls had Jordan and Pippen, but guess what? They was a great defensive team. They had Rodman too. They were a great defensive team. That's why the 96 Bulls won the championship. That's why the Bulls of the 90s won 6 championships. Defense wins championships. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So let me know if you agree. Leave a comment. Let me know you agree. I mean, I just laid it out. I mean, the defense, Pistons have the best defense. I don't care what the statistics say. The Pistons have the most suffocating defense in the league, and they play Eastern Conference basketball, which is just grimy and gritty, and we're a gritty team. I believe that we're going to dominate the paint. We're going to dominate defensively. and we will win the NBA championship, and we will win the East fairly easily. Okay, the Knicks pathetic. Anyway, this this DJ Red Pill for What Up Those Sports, and let's go Pistons.
I don't even know how to try. Me and you, it was magic, but everything is so tragic, and I can't wait to be out of love. I can't wait to be out of love.
My white tee Supreme, my jeans might be denim. She from overseas, she might be Brazilian. Come and roll with me, just hop on the Sprinter. I take you go see Pacific at the West Virginia. We hit different states, we hit different stages. We not ducking face, niggas know our faces. Wisdom come with age, money come with patience. That shit also come with risks if you willing to take them. What you gon' do for that bag is you gon' risk your life for it. Is you gon' pop out with that mag and take a nigga life for it? Is that the route you wanna take? Some shit you can't come back from. Is you gon' get rid of that gun? Don't shoot like you never had one. Is you gon' jump into the scams and get on Telegram? Is you gon' try to sell a bag and break the buns in half? Is you gon' go legit? Is you gon' wave a flag? Sometimes you ain't worried about shit but that little paper tag. My life kinda wicked, ain't no golden ticket. Stay on point, I got a vision, this shit so specific. I got a cousin, bank of blood, a cousin rolling 60. Till I can run for president, I'm not no politician. You never know how we gon' spin, we might come Honda Civic. Don't even matter what it is, just know the windows tinted. I got some youngest ready to do it, they not gon' play with you. If we ride down, I point you out, they gon' pop out and get you. They gon' fuck around and blitz you, they wipe your nose with tissue. Don't come around here, play with us, you fuck around, find your issue. All of that playing, get you sit back right to the ones who sent you. We so on point with how we move, ain't no way we gon' miss you. I'm not that guy that play the neck, keep my name out your mentions. My ops too broke to hit a show, they can't come in the venue. We turn they side to ground beef, we push it on the menu. Why you still with that soft ass nigga that can't even defend you? You let hoes talk about you, oh that's your type of nigga. That little boy love the gossip, he act just like the bitches. He spilling tea, I'm dropping drink, I guess we kinda different. I don't do fake, you ain't my car, bitch, I can't kinda kick it. See I got paranoia too, so I be kinda tripping. I'm with my thugs, we dropping drugs, I'm off all kinds of liquor. I know I'm gonna be fucked up later, I'm not good with mixing. But right now I'm just tryna vibe and try this new position. My life kinda wicked, ain't no golden ticket. Stay on point, I got a vision, this shit so specific. I got a cousin, bank of blood, a cousin rolling 60. Till I can run for president, I'm not no politician.